This LEGO Earth Dragon MOC is incredible. It's a revamp of the classic Ninjago set 2509 Earth Dragon Defense, but it's decked out with plenty of incredible building techniques that make it look 1,000 times cooler. So let's take a closer look, shall we? This amazing creation was built by Miscellanea Builds, otherwise known as Ian, and it's called Earth Dragon Defense. I mean, for starters, check out this head design, it's beautiful. Now sure, the original molded piece that was used on the LEGO set, it was great, it had some lovely printing on it, and it was a cool piece. But the level of detail that Ian has packed into his version is just mind-blowing, and it does look a lot cooler. So this rounded tile that forms an eyebrow over the top of the eye, doesn't it just add the perfect level of expression that accents that red eye underneath it in such a good way? I think this whole eye design gives so much personality to the dragon. There's a slight bit of anger and curiosity to it, and I think the angled eyebrow is what demonstrates that. But it also looks kind and compassionate at the same time. The fact that Ian has managed to convey not just one emotion, but varying emotions, that to me is the work of a true master. Anytime a face design can showcase character and personality, that's extra special, because that is a very difficult thing to do. But Ian did it very, very well. If you're building your own kind of dragon or creature build like this, pay a lot of attention to the eye design. They say eyes are the window to the soul, and that's kind of the same thing with a MOC. If you can nail that part, the rest is going to be pretty easy. Plus, once you figure out the sizing and the shaping of the eye, it can kind of set the scale for the rest of the MOC too, so it's a good place to start on. Also, all these different dark bluish grey ski pieces on the head. Now these often appear on like snowmobiles and other like ski or snow themed LEGO sets, but using them to convey these spikes, that was a great idea. It gives off a heftier look, much more so than the original spikes that we saw on the official LEGO set. To me, these resemble more of the qualities of the dragon itself, you know, the fact that it is an earth dragon and it has that rocky aesthetic. These pieces just fit that seamlessly. The subtle change of shifting up these claw pieces for these ski pieces, well, it was a very fitting upgrade. Oh, and then these reimagined sand green spikes around the neck. I love that change. It's a lot more tidy and looks more like the kind of spikes that you would expect to see on a dragon. Plus the sand green. Oh, that's stunning. I'm really glad that Ian kept that color on this revamp. When it first appeared on the actual LEGO set, LEGO certainly knew what they were doing. Those colors just look phenomenal. So the head design, the body, the limbs, all of it represent this earth aesthetic very well. Ian's managed to replicate this stone-like texture in all the right ways. Now sure, the original set did this too, and they did it well. It used these textured wedge pieces that make it look like it has that stone look or a kind of stone skin. But other areas of the set were a little more smooth, so it wasn't consistent across the entire design. But Ian kept it consistent across everywhere. So some of the ways that he's done that. Well, he's used these boulder pieces. These appeared on a set much like Pohatu here. So the boulder piece splits in two and it comes in a few colors as well. But the way that Ian has perfectly integrated it into the design and used the natural stone texture of this piece to just continue that stone flesh idea. What a genius part use. And where he's placed it, that was smart too. You know, using it to cap off the top of the leg here, it's a great way to smooth out the limb design, but also have it blend into the body in a seamless, gorgeous way. And then using a dark bluish grey version of this piece here, so that it looks like the back of the legs are emerging out of the body. Great idea. Some other pieces that just perfectly pull off that stone skin look include the following. We've got some cheese slopes to mimic the look of jagged rocks. There's also some of these curved slope wedge pieces, which add some nice curvature and help shape areas of the face and other body parts as well. And then we've also got these pieces which Bricklink refers to as rock finger pieces. So, you know, I mean, it makes sense why these work here, given the name. But I like that the rocky texture of this piece, it's different to some of the other pieces that we highlighted, so it's a nice way to add a little bit of variety. That's cool. And then you gotta love Cole up top holding these big chains and commanding this dragon. But this saddle and the big beams with the gold lanterns and the flags, that's a great addition. Now of course this is carried over from the original set, but it's expanded upon in some really rich and beautiful ways. I adore the swag and the other supplies that Cole has with him up top. You know, this sort of stuff, it's the kind of detail you could leave out, and you know, it wouldn't really matter if it wasn't there. But including it makes it feel so lived in and so real. Of course you would have a teacup, a lantern and his weapons, and then wrapping these weapons in some cloth, that's another fine choice. Details like this are what makes a MOC come to life. Another thing that Ian did very well was editing this image so that it looks like it's the box art for this to be an actual set. The inclusion of this shrine with a lovely autumn tree and the skeleton warrior, it's a really nice inclusion. And man, seeing this edited like this to make it look like it's an actual set makes me wish that LEGO would release a line of hyper-detailed Ninjago dragons, almost like the Ultimate Collector's Series Star Wars sets with their very high detailed look. So, you know, you take a Ninjago set and you shrink it all down to an affordable size and scale, but you keep the same level of hyper-detail that UCS sets have. To me, that would be a dream come true. This really is a stunning and awe-inspiring upgrade, and it's packed full of all sorts of incredible texture work and brilliant shaping that achieves the look of a living and breathing creature. It's so well done. Ian, or Miscellanea Builds, has plenty of other mind-blowing builds on his social media. I'll have links in the description below, so be sure to check out their stuff, leave a like on their work, go give them a follow, and let them know just how much you enjoy what they've built. Hopefully you enjoyed watching this video, guys, and hopefully it gave you some inspiration for your own future builds. Thanks for watching, happy building, and bye for now.